In this video, I'm going to tell you exactly how in 180 days, you are going to go from $0 to $10,000 a month. I went from working in a construction job, being a wage slave, to being completely locationally and financially free in just 1 year. And now I am here to teach you exactly how to do the exact same thing. Now, you can make a case that humans have always been striving for freedom and resist constraints on their activity. Now, this can be suppressed, and there's very interesting cases of it. Let's take something in our ordinary experience, like getting a job. Suppose you're out of work, you don't have anything to eat, and you look for a job. When you work a job, you are subjected to a master. Why should anybody spend most of their waking hours following orders of a totalitarian ruler? That is what having a job is. In fact, it is wage slavery. It was only different from slavery in the fact that it was temporary until you become a free, independent human again. Physical slavery requires people to be housed and fed. Economic slavery requires people to house and feed themselves. The reason you feel so wrong in a job is because you are under totalitarian control. You're living in a totalitarian system. You are under total control of the master of that enterprise. Someone controls what you do, where you go, what you wear, when you go to the bathroom, when you eat. They control everything you do. The idea of working for a wage is selling yourself into servitude. You might think it's not really slavery, you're free to leave at any time. Yes, you are free to starve to death. You either starve or sell yourself into servitude, and everyone understands this at a fundamental level. So regardless of what your goals are, you want to be avoiding wage slavery. Nobody wants to live their life as a slave. So how do you do this? You become your own master. Step one should always be learning things that allow you as an individual to become your own boss, your own master, and control your own life. So in this video, I'm going to be teaching you exactly how to do that. Achieve freedom. I'm going to help you achieve freedom the same way I did, because that's what I believe to be the most effective, and that's what I used. It is the fastest, most effective way to get control back. We're going to leave our job by using a high income skill. All high income skills are skills that are highly valued in the marketplace, that allow you to make as much as a doctor or a lawyer, and they only take about 2-3 months to learn. We're going to use what I personally believe to be the best high income skill, which is sales. But I'm not talking about normal sales jobs like car sales or door to door or cold calling, but I am talking about high ticket remote closing. All high ticket closing is selling expensive offers for people online. Think of people like Eamon Gadzhi, Tai Lopez, Tony Robbins. All these guys have online education companies. And because they are expensive, it's not as easy as just clicking a button online and buying their product. But you actually need to speak to a qualified sales rep first. You are going to be that sales rep. Assuming you're just looking into this now and you're a complete beginner, this is what you're going to do. In order to be a high ticket closer, you not only need experience, but you also need to be able to sell and sell well. So because sales is hard and finding a role as a high ticket closer is hard, especially with no experience or knowledge of sales, what we're going to do, instead of begging someone to give us a sales role when we're just going to fumble it anyway, is we're going to get started as what is called a appointment setter. And then what we're going to do over the next 40 days is go from appointment setter to closer. You can absolutely make $10,000 a month as an appointment setter, but it's a lot harder and a lot less common than it is to make $10,000 a month as a closer. If you're watching this video, you're probably somewhat familiar with most of the people in the space, maybe some of the big drop shipping guys, people like Eamon Gadzhi and so on. Now, most of the people who post finance or business content online, they also have online education companies educating people on how to do that business. So what you're going to do is you're going to start collecting as many creators in the space as possible with high ticket offers. You're going to collect a bunch of these creators, and then you're going to start doing cold outreach, asking them if they have any room on their team. This can be as simple as just going to Instagram and searching mindset coach, fitness coach, business coach, whatever your niche is, then coach, and Instagram will give you a bunch of different people. I also like to go on YouTube and look at the biggest YouTube creators in each niche, and then obviously they're normally going to have a high ticket offer, and you can also then reach out to their Instagram after finding them on YouTube. When finding a business, there's a few criteria that you want to check out and a few questions you want to ask about the creator and their business. When you're looking at them and their offer, you want to be asking questions like, do they have a good reputation? Do people need their product or service? Do they actually generate results for their customers? How often do they offer their product or service? How long have they been in business for? Are they running organic or paid traffic or both? Are they scaling their business? Once you've gone over the criteria and you have found a business that you want to work with, then you want to send them a message that delivers value to their current sales team. For example, you could reach out and say something like, hey John, not sure if your current sales team is doing this, but I've noticed by providing a pre-call video before the sales call, it not only increases the show up rate, but it also increases the quality of the call. This way, you're not only touching base with the business owner, but you're also saying something that's going to provide value to their sales team and put you in a position of authority. And you're also standing out from the crowd because everyone's just reaching out saying, hey, are you hiring? Please, I want a job as an appointment setter, please. And they look like joke man. And then there's you who's coming, who's professional, who's asking questions about the sales process. And then eventually, through conversation, you can ask if they have any room on their team. Then after this conversation, you'll normally get an interview in which you will get hired, hopefully. Once you've then landed a role, your job is simply to just set appointments by sending DMs, which is very straightforward, and you'll normally be told exactly what to do and given a script. But once you're in this role, you're learning the offer, learning who the customer that you're speaking to is, learning their problems, learning everything about this business from the inside. This means that there is literally no one in that business that is a better fit to be a closer than you, because as an appointment setter, you've now made yourself an expert at this offer. When you're an appointment setter on a really good offer, you're going to be speaking to hundreds of people every single day, listening to their problems and listening to what they want to achieve. So when it comes time for you to actually jump on a call and speak to these people, you might not even find it that difficult once you get comfortable on sales calls. So now you've been doing this appointment setting role for about a month, and you would be on about $3,000 to $5,000 a month. Once you're making that much money, you've basically got the skill, good experience with the offer and the product that you're selling. So there is really nowhere else for you to go but into a closing role. So after a month or two, you've been performing well, you've booked a lot of appointments and generated a lot of revenue for the company. You're then going to approach the sales manager or the business owner of the company, whoever's managing the sales team, and you're going to say, hey, look, I've really loved working for you. I've helped you generate a lot of revenue. I love the business and I'm really excited to stay here. However, I do feel like I'm ready to take that next step and I want to become a closer. Assuming you've done everything right up until this point and you've been killing your appointment setting role, they're probably not going to have an issue with you becoming a closer, or at least giving you a shot. If they do have an issue with it, you now have some leverage because you've been bringing them money. Then you can say, if you're not willing to kind of give me an opportunity as a closer, then I might have to go explore other options in different businesses. So let's assume that you get promoted into a closing role and now you're a closer. Congratulations. Now you need to focus on becoming the best salesperson that you can be. You must be willing to go hard. Something I see time and time again is people get their first taste of freedom and they get their own schedule. They can set their own hours. They can kind of do what they want to do, and they become lazy. They're so used to being a wage slave, being told what to do, when to go, where, what to wear, all these things, that now they can actually do what they want, and they crumble because they don't have that forced routine. So once you're in this sales role, do the same thing that I did. Open your calendar up for as big as possible, 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. and start taking as many calls as possible. Sales is a numbers game. The more shots you put up, the more you're going to close. But not only that, the quicker you're going to develop your skills as a salesperson, and the quicker you're going to make more money. So you're simply taking as many calls as possible, speaking to people for probably 45 minutes to an hour, speaking to multiple people a day, and the people that you close, you will get paid a commission. You might be closing an offer that's $5,000 for the offer. If you close someone, you'll make $500 in a 1 hour sales call. Now, if you're taking 5, 6, 7 calls a day, you can see how much money you can make with this. And this is basically your job now. There's no fulfillment. There's no building a business. Your job is to simply take and close deals. After a few months in this sales role, your skills will basically develop and you'll start getting to around that $10,000 a month mark. Now, it is commission based, so that might fluctuate. You might have a $12,000 a month and then a $6,000 a month. It took me personally 6 months to get from $0 to $10,000 a month online. So if you keep watching this channel and you pay attention, you can do the same thing I did, but make less mistakes and do it even quicker. You will have a newfound freedom and a new outlook on what is possible. You will start thinking bigger and shooting for bigger things. I know personally when I hit $10,000 a month, nothing really changed. I just shifted my sights onto the next best thing. Once you've gained the skill of sales, you're going to communicate better, you're going to articulate your ideas better, and you're just going to be a way better individual all round. You'll understand human psychology, you'll be a better speaker, you'll just be better in social situations and in life. So now that you're making some good money and you're just a better person and you speak better, then to take the next step and level up further, the easiest thing for you to do is to start creating content and posting content. Now that you've actually gone and learned something and done something, you have something to talk about. So now you can start posting content, talking about your journey, documenting your journey, and just speaking to people. If you want to learn how to make content and build a personal brand. I made a full training on that, and that will be in the description. You do this to start building so that in the future you have an audience, and what you're going to do is take everything that you've learned and put it into your own offer, and then you're going to start doing your own thing, and you're going to begin to educate others around your knowledge and your skill sets. So now in a 6-month period, you've gone from $0 to $10,000 a month. You've got freedom now, and then you're going to start posting content and planning your own offer, which will eventually become your own business, and then you can be free, and you can be an entrepreneur, and you can go live whatever life that you want to live. With this process, you do not need to start a failing dropshipping store. You do not need to start an SMMA and have a bunch of shitty clients. To go from $0 to $10,000 a month and beyond, all you're doing is simply becoming an appointment setter, becoming a closer, posting content, doing whatever you want to do. It is that simple. Life will really open up for you if you do this, and your entire perspective of what's possible will change. Trust me. If you do want the chance to be coached and taught by people like me and the people who taught me everything I know, then I'll leave a link below to book in a call with the team. See you guys soon. Love.